What up, Nick Nation? It's your boy, Joey the Tubi. I'm a little behind schedule. I apologize. I had some technical difficulties logging on. You take 10 days off and then your computer doesn't know how to act. Your stream seems laggy. Everything is buggy. Your screens are not working. But I just wanted to come on and touch base with you guys and share with you guys. I know it's been 10 days since we've been on. But a lot of rumors, guys. A lot of rumors. I don't know if you guys are catching up. I'm pretty sure you guys have. But if you guys take a look, let's talk about Jalen Brunson is back on the radar, of course, after having that playoff performance that he had. For some odd reason, they're talking about Gordon Hayward to the Knicks for Julius Randle and Kemba Walker as a potential package. Russell Westbrook is back in the mix for some odd reason. So much. Is Emmanuel Quickly our future starting point guard? So much to talk about, guys. I know we've taken a couple of days off, but I wanted to come on here, talk to you guys, bring you guys up to speed with all the rumors. I'm Juby the Tubi, straight talk family above everything, and I'll be back in a flash. What's up, family? How you guys doing? I'm Juby the Tubi, straight talk family above everything. And man, it's good to come back on here and talk to you guys. It's been 10 days since our last show. Feels like forever since the Knicks finished their last season game. But that does not mean that the media stops, the social media stops, and all the rumors stop. Nothing but crazy stuff. Like I mentioned right when I came on, guys. So many rumors to talk about. First things first. Is Emmanuel Quickly our future starting point guard? He had a breakout performance towards the season end. Have we found our point guard? We've been going back and forth with this. Zenray for a while said he wasn't ready. I said he wasn't ready mid-season. But then towards the end, he changed my mindset. And I believe he changed Zenray's mindset too. But did he change Knicks management's mindset? We're just your fan who bleed orange and blue, and it's all up to Knicks management to decide if Emmanuel Quickly is ready to take the keys to the city, along with Derrick Rose. But we've been seeing some play. If you guys have been up to date on the playoffs, we've been seeing Jalen Brunson having a great performance with Luka Doncic out. That's a great series to watch. There's a lot of rumors about Brogdon from Indiana still. They're still, heavy pursuing him. Russell Westbrook, for some odd reason, is still out there in the mix, and Saxton. But Gordon Hayward, I don't understand why the Knicks would try to pursue a 33-year-old small forward who can shoot when healthy. But I highlight that healthy. The man is never healthy. I think he's played in 70 games since 2018. It is 2022, ladies and gentlemen. That's not the route we want to go. They're talking about a Julius Randle if they really wanted to package that deal, and Kemba Walker for Gordon Hayward. That's not something that I'm interested in. Definitely not interested in him. Definitely not interested in Russell Westbrook. I saw so many rumors about draft picks, and them taking back maybe one of the young prospects, maybe a Julius Randle contract, and Evan Fournier, Alex Burke. So it's a lot of mess. It's a lot of rumors. I'm excited. A good time to be excited. The NBA lottery is just around the corner. We're just waiting for Zenray to finish up his his intro, and he hasn't given me the word that he's ready, guys. So I'm just waiting for him, and he's gonna be joining us, and we're gonna hopefully get to hear what he's heard in the last few days, and let's see if I can watch him on Hooked. I don't see. I don't see Zenray.
So
Zenray,
I
can
don't.
you hear me?
Yes, Jupiter Tube. I've been waiting for you. I'm trying
I
to
am
discuss
so
the holiday.
I am so sorry. I'm having. I don't see you on my end. I don't know what's
Okay?
going.
You don't
That's
see me. Do you see me now?
no, I do not, sir.
Hold on for a second. I had some
That's
technical difficulties
so did I.
myself.
So did I.
Hold on for a second.
The only reason I found out that you were still on is because there we go. There's that nice shiny bald head. I
I'm
see it
sorry.
now.
So I was just discussing. I mean, welcome all at the family above everything. New York Straight Sports Talk here, and I'm just confused. What is Julius Randle doing with Allen Houston and World Wide West, watching that game one in Dallas, uh, looking at Jalen Brunson, obviously that they're interested in, heavily interested in, and obviously looking to see if they can make a trade for Donovan Mitchell, which I don't think that's going to happen. I see him going to a Miami Heat team eventually because they'll pull out all strings to get him. But I don't understand. All of a sudden, Julius Randle is LeBron James and Michael Jordan, where you give him all this power. I think the Knicks are going the wrong way with this. Does that mean are you going to include Obi Topping in a trade? Because if
We hope
Julius
not.
Randle has power to now make a decision of what point guard you want, he can say, "Look, I don't want Obi Topping. I don't need him here." He's going to start making decisions for the organization, give some of his input. I am very confused. I'm looking at this article here by Becton, Eli Becton, and he was saying it's definitely the wrong way to go if you think you're gonna try to get Jalen Brunson here, and the Knicks are gonna be okay at point guard.
Salute to you guys at Zenray Sports TV. I was just telling everybody watching here at Family Above Everything that it feels like it's only been 10 days, but it feels like it's been weeks since we last did our show, since the Knicks season came to an end. But it's an exciting time, guys. A lot of rumors. We still got playoff basketball going on right now where we get to see these guys like a Jalen Brunson that everybody's fooled now and saying the Knicks we should get him and he's incredible. He scored 40 something points. Let's give him the keys to the city. That's I'll let you guys go back and forth with that. I'm still mediocre on the kid. He's good. He's a professional basketball player. He's a good talented player. I still don't think he's worth $20 million. That's just my opinion, guys.
I think he's
But
asking for 22. So I don't
but
know.
as far as Julius Randle attending the game with Allen Houston and Worldwide West, it just comes to show you, Zenray, that although we want Julius out of here and we're talking about it, it sounds like Julius is still part of the plans. And if you're Emmanuel quickly, how does kind of that make you feel? I mean, Emmanuel quickly is a professional. He's not going to say anything. he's striving to be a big part of the rotation, whether that's going to be a starting point guard, it looks like, or a rotation point guard reserved. But with Derrick Rose there, we know that's going to be limited. And if you go get a Jalen Brunson, what does that say to Emmanuel quickly? I don't know. It's tough, guys. There's so many. Zenry, I don't know if you know all the rumors I was mentioning to my chat. I'll break it down. I'm gonna just touch up on them and throw you some names out there. I'm not gonna go into the details of what the packages were included, but just absurd nonsense that I've been hearing. I've been hearing Russell Westbrook again. We all know how we feel about that. I've been hearing Brunson, of course. I've been hearing Brogdon, which we spoke about a lot.
Happen.
And I also hear, and this is the one that baffles me the most, Julius Randle, and this is the only one I'm going to say, and Kemba Walker for Gordon Hayward. Who in their right mind will trade for that player who's only played 70 games in 4 years? A good player when he's on the floor. We were trying to get him a couple of years ago, but the guy can't stay healthy, and he plays small forward. So let us know what you think of. I know we're losing our heads over this Donovan Mitchell, and we're hoping that Utah loses so he can try to force a trade out. But like you said, Zenray, I can see him probably going to Miami. The dominoes never fall right for us here at Orange and Blue Skies.
Well, listen, like I said, Eli Beckton writes his article, I think sometime today or yesterday, and he talks, Knicks warned of major risk in signing a poor man's version of Fred VanVleet. Now, remember last year,
I compared him to him.
Yeah, we were hot and heavy for Fred VanVleet, and I think he signed like a 21 million dollar contract. I think it was about $20 million a year. And I was saying, thank God we didn't give this guy the money. And he's more proven, obviously. He's been in the playoffs. So even if you give him that, but if you compare it to Jalen Brunson, at this stage, I look at Jalen Brunson, as they mentioned here, poor man's Fred VanVleet. And I think that the Knicks will, if they give this guy $22 million, they doing this out of desperation. So he plays combo guard, he does shooting guard, he plays the point very well. He plays with Luka Doncic, and obviously when Luka Doncic wasn't there, and obviously he hasn't been in the playoffs, he has performed very well. So kudos to him. But that's Dallas. Let the bright lights beam on you in New York and play a couple of games that you probably off a little bit. We don't know how you're going to take something like that. And for $22 million a year, I think you can save that money, obviously, because it looks like you want to keep Julius Randle. And you have quickly, and you have
Rose,
the rookie. Oh yeah, Rose, and you have the rookie as well, and McBride. So I don't understand what road or what path they're taking. Now, if you can make a trade for Donovan Mitchell, and include maybe a player, and it seems like Julius Randle's here, so Obi Toppin is going to be in the trade. They're going to talk about RJ. This is just a very disorganized team right now, and seeing and going about ways in keeping Julius Randle one. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but if you're going to now make a trade and get rid of Obi Toppin, who has performed in the last 7-8 games tremendously, he can start in this league, and he can average 20-25 points a game. The Knicks need to keep this talent on the team, and I don't think Obi Toppin is going to go for that backup thing, because when his contract ends, he's not going to sign with the Knicks because he knows that Julius Randle is in front of him, and he's getting a lot more playing time. I'm just confused at where the Knicks' direction is going at this basis. I don't know. So Juby, fill me in if you know anything I don't know.
Listen, we took a 10-day break, and we decided to decompress and kind of get our heads right again. But when you hear stuff like this, it just baffles all of us here. The minute I saw Julius Randle at the game, I sat there and I said, why would they include a man who's been having a social circus all season with the players, with management, with the fans, and then you're sending you're sending the Knicks team mixed signals right now. I'm pretty sure the young guys are like, wait a minute, what's going on? Why is Julius Randle over there with the coaches and looking at players like Brunson and Mitchell? Does that mean that I'm out of here? Does that mean they're gonna trade me? There's a lot of stuff going around. I at this point I just don't know, man. I have the roster pulled up on my screen, Zenray, and I'm looking at a lot of players. I know we're gonna do a show pretty soon about who we think we should stay and who should go. But I got RJ Barrett, of course. You want to keep him here. Uh, all the young guys I definitely want to keep, and I understand you got to give to receive. But as far as trading Obi Toppin, I think it'll be the wrong move to do. And as far as trading RJ Barrett, unacceptable. And that's what scares me because we all know that RJ and Julius Randle has not worked perfectly. And I really hope to all the basketball fans out there that if Julius Randle sits there and says, you know what? I'm the man, guys. I want you guys. It's not working between me and RJ. We're not meshing. Trade him in a package and get a Mitchell, and you trade RJ and Obi Toppin. I might just go and become a Utah Jazz fan because it's just ridiculous at this point. We have a management team for what if you're gonna let players decide who stays and who goes.
I totally agree. I don't know where they're going with this, and it's very disturbing to see. It bothered me. I don't know if it bothered the Knick Nation at all, but seeing Julius Randle there, like he's the next coming to Michael Jordan, LeBron James, sitting down with them and scouting players, that was like a big disappointment for me. How do you do this? How do you bring a man who did what he did last year and you're making him, and maybe it's a confidence booster or stuff like that, but Juby, I don't understand. I don't understand and what they're thinking, what the plan is. And obviously, Leon Rose did speak to MSG cowardly. He didn't speak to the press, but he speak to MSG because MSG is not going to ask the tough questions. A lot what Knick Nation would ask, or the media, the Daily News, the Post, the New York Times, all these stations in New York and media outlets. He wouldn't stand a chance. No. He would have been grilled. And obviously, he needs to be because Knick Nation needs to know what the plan. What do you have planned?
I don't think nobody knows. I honestly don't. I don't even think, to be honest with you, until lottery night, I don't even think management has a clue on what they want to do. I know they're excited with the young guys, and I know Tom Thibodeau apologized kind of and said that he made a mistake. He should have played, and I liked it that he owned up to his errors. And he did say he should have played the young kids a lot more and think the outcomes would have been different. But listen, I'm glad he learned from his mistake. It could be a PR move so he could secure his job for next season. Absolutely. We're tired of the what could have been and what this person says. It's all talk. We want to see action. And the action that you want.
Yeah, inconsistencies. That's what it's been all year long. Inconsistencies.
Just craziness. I'm even hearing World Wide West, and this guy is even talking about bringing back Carmelo Anthony. I was hot, Ray, last season. I was telling you last season, I want Carmelo a farewell tour. I remember I said that. I'm going to go come on here and say it first. I wanted Melo back. I thought it would be good for Madison Square Garden. I thought it would be good for the young guys to learn from a Carmelo Anthony. But the arise, though, of all the young guys like Quentin Grimes, Cam Reddish sitting in the rearview mirror, and McBride and Quickly and Toppin, I don't want Carmelo Anthony. As much as I respect and love him as a player and as me being a fan, let him go somewhere. Let him. I don't even know where he can go to win a championship at this level, but keep him away. And I still want to stick with the young kids, man. I really do.
So I mean, if you had to take a guess right now, Mitchell Robinson, I have him on the screen right now. Do you think Mitchell Robinson is in or out? I have a feeling he's in play for Dallas, and I think Dallas now, seeing that Jalen Brunson is performing the way he's performing, his stock has just shot up. So I can see them giving more than Mitchell Robinson. Originally, Mitchell Robinson straight up for Jalen Brunson was the real talk, you know what I'm saying? But now, is Dallas going to get a little greedy? We'll take Mitchell Robinson and give me a Obi Toppin crazily or someone else, one of the Knicks youth or McBride or something of that nature. I don't know. If you had to take a guess right now this summer, it's Mitchell Robinson. Will he be in a Knick uniform?
Me personally, I don't think. I think the money is gonna take it away. I think Mitchell Robinson, and I know you guys don't want to hear that answer. I think the money is not gonna match. I think the Knicks management love Mitchell Robinson. They love his work ethic, but they're scared about his injuries. And with the a rise of Jericho Sims this season, which we're gonna call him the poor man's Mitchell Robinson, I think that yeah, I think Mitchell Robinson is a goner. What do you think?
I think so too. I think he's involved in some kind of trade. They're not going to give him that money. Um, so I highly see Brunson coming here unless World Wide West makes some kind of crazy deal for Donovan Mitchell. But you know what's going to get tough? You know who's going to jump in those trade talks if the Knicks are close to a deal? It's going to be the Miami Heat. And you know Riley, since the day is left, since the Knicks decided not to give him 1% of the team, a percent, I think it was one, I think it was 3% he wanted of owning the team. He's been sticking it to the Knicks all along, and why not, you know, up the value by giving up more players, so the Heat will throw some players in there to try to get them. So I can see the Knicks overpaying, or the Miami Heat, Pat Riley, getting in and sticking it to the Knicks in many ways. So I don't
He's
know.
done it. He's done it on multiple occasions. He's done it with LeBron James. He did it with Chris Bosh. He just did it last season, and nobody knows this. We were on hot pursuit with the guy who was on Indiana. I forgot what's his name. Young shooting guard. They had him
Yeah, he was
cheap,
injured. Yeah, the
and
one
he was injured.
Yeah.
They stole him. So I would not be surprised, man. Pat Riley always has a way of giving it.
Good thing we didn't touch him. He didn't play for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
He still has injury issues, so they lost on that one because they got stuck with him. So now they're talking about can Brunson be a bust in New York? I don't know. That's a 50-50 proposition there. He could be, but I think he'll do well. But is he worth $22 million when you have a Quickly, a McBride, and a Rose as your point guard, and they can also play that shooting guard as well, that combination. So they're talking about Tyus Jones. He has reached 20 points 3 times this season, and he topped that at 27. He's a point guard. He plays that combo ball. He can play shooting guard as well. But what would the Knicks do or have to give to get him? He's still a young guy. He was averaging 36 minutes a game. What do you think about him? And Mitchell Robinson will be involved in that trade as well, because it seems like the Grizzlies, they're looking for a big guy, and they have a lot of young pieces, and they're looking for a center to stabilize that team. If they get too gritty with Brunson, that may be another option.
That can be. There's so many options out there that I keep hearing about. I actually like that move. If we're gonna lose Mitchell Robinson, why not? Like you said, it's an option to have a good. But at the same time, that just shows you that you're done with McBride. That you're kind of like putting him in the back burner, and it's gonna be Rose Quickly and whoever they pick up.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready for. I don't think he has. And you said it best. And one of our last shows, he doesn't look like he's ready yet. So maybe that's a guy. Maybe they can get a player here. So we go to Tyus Jones. He's averaging almost 9 points a game. He's averaging almost 3 rebounds to 2.5 rebounds a game with 5 assists, almost averaging. And he had some big games. 27-point game outing. And he's the backup to the guy who the Knicks should have drafted instead of Knox, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And look at this. I don't know. Would you give that to a backup? I don't know. A lot of tough decisions Knicks have to make. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. I look at it this way: the Knicks need a point guard, but we can still make it work with Quickly, McBride, and Rose. But having another additional point guard does not hurt. But we need something experienced, someone who can take the charge if we get an injury again like Rose, because if Rose goes down again, we're back to square one again, Juby.
Well, there's Ricky Rubio out there. I don't know how crazy you are about him. I'm hearing that he's available, and he's always wanted to play for the Knicks. So if you need to have a veteran presence, just in case as a backup, like a Kemba Walker was supposed to be, Ricky Rubio I think would be a nice asset. But again, man, I'm still hot and heavy over Colin Sexton. If we can get him for a good deal, nothing too crazy, of course. But I'm hearing that Cleveland wants to keep him and have a three-headed monster there of their own. So I don't know if he's going to be available. But my thing is, man, just stay away from Russell Westbrook. Don't touch that guy. Even if they offer us 3 draft picks and they'll take a bad contract back for him, I don't want the guy. And stay away from Gordon Hayward. There's no reason for us to go after a Gordon Hayward. We got enough talent, enough shooters. Well, we don't have enough shooters that can really shoot the ball from the three, but they're developing. We have the young kids. And the position that we need to focus on right now, you said it best, was the point guard position. And I think if they just focus on that and maybe one more center, because Nerlens Noel is always out, and we don't know how many miles Taj Gibson has left. I think that's your best bet. I think they need to stop with this whole rumors. I mean, I'm hoping it's just rumors. With the exception of Donovan Mitchell, leave the shooting guard combo guards alone, man. And the Brunson is just I just think he's gonna want too much money. I think with Luka Doncic being out, he's gonna ask for a 20 million plus per season.
No, yeah, he's definitely gonna be asking for a lot of money, and that's the reason the Knicks have to be aware of where they're going to be spending the money. You already have a contract with Julius Randle. You got Fournier with big dollar. Barry's going to be coming up the following year, asking for big money. Cam Reddish as well is going to be coming next year for a big contract. And then they're talking about the Zion coming to New York. But Zion is only going to work if you kind of give a Julius Randle or something like that and keep Obi as two guys who can play on the floor at the same time. It's a lot of confusion right now. This team, Scott Perry and Leon Rose needs to kind of get their heads together and kind of see what works for this team. I don't know at this juncture. What seeing Randle at that game at Dallas was kind of disappointing. It kind of let the air out of me a little bit. I was expecting at least Julius Randle to have suitors for him and making a trade for him and keeping Obi Topping as a starter eventually. But it looks like they're saying now that Obi will be a part of the plans. He'll be getting almost 30, 35 minutes a game, and they'll play them together if they have to. Let's see if that works. But are we going to experiment another season after having a letdown season this year? There's a lot of answers and a lot of questions that need to be resolved in this organization, and hopefully Leon Rose will stand up to the media and speak to the media, the complete media, not MSG, not your boss's media, that you can answer easy questions and get away with a lot in terms of Stephen A. Smith kind of blew the doors wide open and called him a coward basically, and not confronting the media after the season the Knicks had. I don't go to that extreme, but he should stand up to the media and tell them, look, A, B, C, this is my plan, and this is where we're going to go. And then from there on, make another one before the season starts or whatever. But he has to stay in communications with the Knicks fans, Knick Nation.
I don't think they know, Zenray. I'll be quite honest with you guys. I think Knicks management had a plan. I think originally they had a plan, which was Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose. They were going to be the starters. They were going to work 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there for the other one. They were going to be back in the playoffs. They were going to compete, and we were going to be a second round exit. I think that's what Knicks management thought was going to happen. And then reality kicked in. The season came out to be what it was. Julius Randle had a social circus, like I like to call it. Players went down. Derrick Rose was out since December. And I think Knicks management kind of was like, we need to reset. Where do we go from here? They got the 11th pick now coming up in the lottery. It looks like unless those ping pongs go in our favor, the last pick we can have is 11th, thanks to one of the teams that won in the play-in tournament. I forgot who it was off the top of my head right now. So we have the 11th pick. Is that going to be packaged to move up, or to bring in a point guard star player, or is that going to be moved to bring in Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, I tell you this: if those balls, you get lucky and those balls bounce up, and we end up getting the 5th or 6th pick in that draft, we can dangle that in the trade for Donovan Mitchell. I don't know what else they'll want, but I'm hearing in the wind, or through the wind, that they want R.J. Barrett in that trade. And the question is, are you willing to give up R.J. Barrett and Obi Topping and your number 5, 6 pick if you get that?
Both
And
pick. And I mean, they might as well ask for Emmanuel quickly while they're at it, and Cam
yeah,
Reddish too.
yeah. So look, they're always going to go high, and we have to kind of bring them down a little bit. It's unrealistic in my eyes. I think the best chance that the Knicks are looking at, and after the Knicks fool's gold kind of Kemba Walker type of model, you see this guy score 42 points. Hooray, we found our star. But now Dallas says, oh, that ups the ante now. So let's see what happens. Let's see how smart and how shrewd this Knicks organization is. And if you're going to build with the youth, build with the youth. If you need a veteran person to come in, get an inexpensive veteran, obviously. But don't start making trades because I think Mitchell Robinson, a lot of teams want him, and you can get a lot for Mitchell Robinson. The
Agreed.
Grizzlies have a lot of number one picks. They have a lot of young talent.
So does
I think that's one
OKC.
place. Yeah, OKC. That's who I meant. OKC. That's who I meant. Going there in the Grizzlies as well. They have a lot of young talent on that team.
And Detroit is very, very
Oh,
interested in Mitchell
Detroit is very
Robinson.
interested. And they have a lot of young talent as well. This is where I'll go and make suitors there. I think Dallas is going to ask for too much, and then in return we have to pay Brunson $22 million a year.
Yeah,
I
we, we,
think I
we, we, we can get the Hayes kid, the point guard. Remember we wanted him,
oh
who got
yeah.
drafted. He's not really playing for Detroit right now. Maybe we can swing Mitchell Robinson for some draft picks and Hayes, and then we get
Why
our
are you gonna
cheap
do
backup
that?
point guard.
You have McBride or Quickly, and they're as
Yeah,
young as him. You know why are you gonna go back to getting another young guy who's not gonna? You need someone who has experience. Jalen Brunson, what he's doing in the playoffs and what he did during the season, why Luka Doncic is gone. That's an experienced point guard, but is he worth $22 million? Look, the money's not coming out of my pocket, obviously, but obviously you want to keep that cap controlled to a point where we can make more moves and more acquisitions in the future.
only time will tell, Zenray. I mean, like I said, we have such a long summer, such a long off season. The rumors are only gonna get crazier, guys. If you think in 10 days we've heard Russell Westbrook, Gordon Hayward, and so many players, just imagine right after the lottery what we're gonna be hearing. I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna hear LeBron James wants to end his career in New York City as long as Jim Dolan and management draft his son so he can play with his son at MSG. You heard it here first. These are the kind of crazy stuff we're gonna be hearing all summer. We just have to keep ourselves calm. We have to keep ourselves focused, and we have to understand that it's a business.
Yeah,
And we're gonna get upset because I know I will. As a Knick fan who's been a Knick fan since 1990, I'm gonna tell you guys, Obi Toppin will probably won't be here, and it's gonna kill me, and it's gonna break my heart because you know why? I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna come back to Madison Square Garden and he's gonna put on a show, and we're gonna say, "Damn, why did we trade that guy?" Because that's what always happens.
I
But the
agree.
Knick fan in me is gonna be hopeful and say, "We're gonna do right. It's a new era, new generation, if you will." And hopefully, before I leave this world, I can enjoy a parade right there in New York City.
I totally agree. I think we're far from that. I think if Nick manages to get it right, I think the way they're going, it could probably be another 5 or another decade before we get there.
uh,
But hopefully we'll still be
as long
alive.
as I can
And
walk,
thank you for
Zenray.
walking.
Otherwise, my son is gonna have to push me in a wheelchair, and I'll be like, "Go New York!" What can I say?
Hey, Joby, listen, we're gonna be around. This all in good fun, but I think we do have some concerns in
Yeah.
Nick Nation. I just want to thank everybody for coming on. I had some technical difficulties
Oh,
coming on.
so did I.
Joby did. So a lot of the streaming and YouTube has been knocking us out. I've been having a lot of freezing problems. I hope I'm not having any freezing problems now. It doesn't look like I am having it. So if I am, then I have to fix the situation as I go along. I'll figure it out. And with that said, Juby, thank you for coming on. I'm gonna see if I do something in the next couple of days concerning the Knicks and the news. As the news come in, I'll be more involved. I got my taxes done. I got a lot of stuff out of my body is healed. I went back to work. A lot of things going on. My wife is leaving soon again to Asia. Some family emergency, a family death going on out there, and my prayer and
Prayers to you guys.
condolences to the family out there. So look at this juncture, I just want to keep things positive and upbeat. And I just want to say to people that there is something special in the crypto market. There's a ground floor opportunity for people to get in. Banks do not give you enough interest on your money. look into the cryptocurrency. There's a couple of guys I follow in Crypto Brown.
He sent me like 3 videos, guys. He thinks I haven't watched them. I've watched them. I'm just have them brainstorming in my head. Definitely check out some of the stuff that if he posts them, amazing stuff.
I'm not a financial advisor. I know what's been working for me lately, and I've been doing pretty well. Thank God for these guys in Crypto Brown and Soap Gods TV. Great information, and they can lead you to something where you can have generational wealth, not only for you but for your family in the next 5 to 10 years. With that said, Juby, I'll catch on to you probably the next few days. So when we do another show, I'm gonna try to do about 2 or 3 shows a week, updates of what's going on, rumors, and if you want to come along, you can. If not, I'll do some solo shows on my end. With that said, listen, everything's going well. The markets, the stock market's not doing too well. The crypto market is always fluctuating, but never give up. Never give up, knowing that the best is yet to come. Listen, as long as you have love, peace, and gratitude. Zenray out. Juby,
Peace, my brother.
We'll be talking soon, and hope all's well with you, and hope to connect with you without having any technical difficulties, because we have a lot to upgrade in our systems.
Absolutely, my brother. We'll definitely touch base. We'll be in contact. I'll talk to you, brother. Enjoy your evening, all right?
Sounds good. Zenray out.
Peace, guys. All right, guys, that was Zenray with Zenray Sports TV. Like he said, we're gonna, it's gonna be selective. We're gonna see what comes out, what kind of rumors come out. But I won't be on for the next few days, guys. I'll be back on after Monday sometime. If anything breaks out, I'll do it mobilely. But enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Again, I'm Juby the Tubi, reminding you guys that you don't have to be blood to be family. And as always, family above everything. Stay safe, guys. Peace.
We are the New York Knicks.